really good result and good performance. I think we conceded the first goal, which not always happened to us, but I think today we were able to show, even losing the game 1-0, we were calm enough, quiet enough to believe we have the strength and the quality to come back in the game. And I think it shows like the mental also strength we have. Never easy to play a team who plays with a low block. They are sitting in the back just waiting for us to lose balls and counter-attack with their speed up front. So yeah, I think we were confident enough on our qualities and talent to come back in the game. And half time we were leading 2-1. And I think after in the second half we had a good performance as well. Probably we sometimes make more time from now if you compare before when we were in the beginning of the season to score goals in the game or to score the third one to kill the game. But we create a lot of chances, and now maybe if we want to improve a little bit more, because we always try to improve, we need to be more clinical.
The comeback was from the penalty spot. Brian Sorensen was in just earlier and he called some of the decisions, he wasn't specific, but he said some of the decisions were comical from the referee, which enabled presumably yourselves to come back into the side, into the game. What did you make of some of those decisions that he was referring to?
It's always difficult for me to comment on the referee performance, especially when I didn't review the game. I didn't watch the game again, so I need to watch the game and see. But like being a referee, it's a really tough job. And even if someone one day give me lot money, I wouldn't be a referee because people always give criticisms to them. And that's a really difficult job. So I think the referee, like today, had her performance and her game, and I didn't see anything like silly in the game. So that's what I think.
You were happy with both those penalty decisions?
Yeah, all of the decisions. I think, as I said, I didn't watch the game again, but I will be watching the game again.
How did your instinct, as a former player and as a manager, when you watch that performance, how does that kick in? You may not have seen the replay, but what's your instinct at the time?
For me, like on the first PK we had, I think it's really difficult for me to say if it was in the box or outside the box because I was too far away. But I think the assistant referee was in a really good position to help the referee. So, also like the second PK we had at the end, far away, so it's difficult for me to say. But again, the assistant referee was online and she could help the referee. But from my distance, I think that it was 2 PKs. So yeah, when you have a player who comes with speed in the box and you just touch her, it's difficult not to whistle PK. So, but I think if you analyze all the game, like you had one team who was trying to play and to create, and another team was just like sitting and waiting for us to make mistakes to counter-attack. And that's the plan for every team, and every team plays with their quality. But I think like when you only look at the referee, it's maybe not the only thing you need to look at, I would say.
David? First of all, Sonia, congratulations on reaching quarterfinals of the Women's FA Cup. Just want to talk a bit more about, being able to get through moments where, teams will like to sort of sit back and things like that. From like Wednesday night and until today, do you think that your team is sort of improving in terms of like being able to slowly break teams down? Perhaps teams who like to sort of sit at the back or perhaps have to frustrate your team sometimes. Do you think there's a bit of an improvement in terms of that really?
Yeah, if I analyze the last 3 games, I think we had a lot of improvement from last Sunday when we play against Villa, and the game against West Ham midweek game, and the one today. I think we worked a lot this week about making sure the players were connected, again, we want to have the ball, but that's really difficult when you play a team who doesn't give you any space. So you need to create the space, and it demands a lot in terms of movement, connection between the players, and that's never easy. So I think I'm quite happy with the performance we had Wednesday against West Ham, but also today against Everton.
And we have a special visitor as well, Sarina Wiegman as well. We call her the queen of women's football here in England, you know, like manager of the Lioness.
Yeah.
How important was it to find the England manager here today, really? And could you sort of share in terms of, you know, how pleased were you in terms of seeing her personally here at Kings Meadow?
Yeah, I agree with you. She's a really, really good manager. She won a lot of titles, and she brought the first title for England. I have huge respect for her and admiration. We talked a little bit at the end of the game. Always good to talk to her because she knows the high level. She knows she has a lot of knowledge about football. So always good to talk about the game, but also about her players. And I think, we have a really good relationship because for me, for the players, it's always important to feel like between the national team and the club, we are all supporting them. And I want them to feel like, we always have opportunities to talk to each other and trying to make the player in the middle and feeling our support for them to just think about how can they be the best version of themselves. And it was really good to have Sarina at the game and have the opportunity to talk to her at the end.
Thank you.
Sure. How's Nathalie Bjorn doing, and what kind of injury did she have?
I think she felt a little bit her hamstring by the end of the game, so I didn't want to take any risk, even if we had to finish the game at 10 players. But I think, we'll assess her tomorrow and see how she feels. I hope it's not too bad.
And is Naomi Girma still expected to play her first game after the international break?
Yes, still. It was the plan next week, but Naomi is progressing really well. We'll see. She will be training with us this week, almost from Tuesday, like fully trained with us. But again, like it's for us in the decision, we want to find the right balance. Having her will be really good. Especially if we have Nat injured, but we also have other options in the squad. If she can be available, for sure we'll have her for the game Sunday.
And looking forward to your next game on Sunday, you're playing Everton again. What sort of unique challenge does that face when you're playing the same team in back-to-back games?
That's really difficult. I think people maybe sometimes don't realize how much difficult it is. But when you play one team and you have to face them 1 week after, I think it's always difficult because you know exactly what happened 1 week ago, and you have more knowledge going into the next game. But we are used to that as a club, but also the players are used to that. I'm used to that, and we'll be ready again to fight for the next game against Everton. And again, as you could see, like the beginning of the game was tough, so we expect to have a tough game.
And you say it's a very difficult task to play a team back-to-back. You're playing Man City 4 times in 12 days.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to get your reaction to the draw, and then also how you feel about playing them 4 times in 12 days.
About the draw, I always say that's the draw, and you cannot change anything. Of course, maybe it would be better if we didn't have to face each other, especially because we are 2 English clubs, but that's the draw. So now our mindset is to make sure we are focused on that, and we will be prepared for this situation to face Man City 4 times in 10 days. But it will be really exciting because we are going to face them in different competitions. That's the case. And as a manager, I already said, but last season we faced PSG with Lyon 7 times in the season, and that's a really strange situation. But you always have to find a way to again come with a win in every game.
Yeah. And just one more from me about Hannah Hampton.
Yeah.
With Zachira now being out for the rest of the season, do you see Hannah kind of taking on a different role within the team? And also, if there's some, what have you made of her season so far? And what do you think she can still improve on?
Really happy with my keepers. Obviously, I said as a Chelsea manager, I was lucky to have 2 number 1 goalkeepers with Anna and Z. So now, Z being pregnant, we just had a Femke who joined the club. Really talented young player and a keeper. I think it's good to have her with us. But if we have the opportunity to give some minutes to Femke, we also have Katie Cox, our third goalkeeper, who is really good. We'll do that. But in any game, we'll just make the right decision for the team and the performance. Really happy with Hannah. She's doing really good. I think her performance today, especially in possession of the ball, her scanning, her distribution is really good. So I think it helps a lot the team with the confidence in possession of the ball, wanting to possess the ball, but also making the right decisions from the back line.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jessie, next please.
We saw Erin, Kat and Kira start today. Is that your most balanced midfield in terms of the technical profiles of those three players?
I would say going into the game today, I thought it was maybe the best midfield for us because we were expecting to face a really low block with not a lot of space. But actually, I'm lucky enough to have a lot of different options. So going in different games, maybe I will pick another option. But I think, this option brings me like a good balance, as you said, but also, a good chemistry between them. But as you could see, like, having CEO coming in, she can bring also something different. Maika, she came in as a right-wing winger, and she's a different profile as Yo-Yo, but brings different options in the game. So I'm lucky enough to have different options again.
And going goal down, I think it was only the third time that's happened this season. How useful, almost, is it for you guys to face that situation?
You never choose the scenario of the game, but actually if you analyze the game today, it was a really good one for us because we were one goal down, and it's good sometimes to be facing that scenario and just to practice on that. I think, as I said, I was really pleased with the reaction of the players. They were confident, they stayed confident, and they believed it was possible for us to come back. They were not rushing on the pitch, they just stick to the game plan. So it's a really positive reaction from them, and it's good to see that from a manager. And also at the end, like, we had to play for almost 10 minutes, one player down. And you could see like the confidence of the players, wanted to keep the ball, wanted to create again, and we had a really good situation with the PK at the end, even with one player down. So I think even if sometimes like you don't have these scenarios to work on, today was a perfect one for us to work on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sonia, how do you balance developing young talent while keeping a competitive squad?
That's a challenge. Of course, with the depth we have in the squad, sometimes it's difficult to have everyone happy, and I get that. But I think everyone needs to understand like the team is the most important rather than individuals. And even if sometimes it's difficult for them, because that's okay for them not to be happy and be frustrated about the fact they are not starting or they didn't play the game. But after, they just have to keep the right mindset coming into the training sessions. They need to fight to get a spot. And I think this competition is really positive. And again, with all the games we have to play, we'll need everyone, and we need to have everyone involved until the end of the season. So even if sometimes, the emotions go down a little bit, I always make sure I support my players for them to stay focused on what is happening next and in the future.
And what will be key to maintaining the consistency that you've shown in the coming games?
It's a challenge, as I said, like everyone wants to beat us. When they play us, they are really, really motivated. I think, that's really good for us because for the moment we have been able to beat every team. But I think because we have the right mentality again, we have the right mindset, and coming to every game, we always have the right focus in the game. And it shows like the good mentality in the squad, but also the fact like I have competitors in my team, and yeah, that's really, really positive.
And last one from me. Ashley made her 50th appearance today. What do you think of her performance, especially with Lucy Bronze being out the last few games?
Yeah, I'm pleased for her. Always good to make her 50th appearance. I think, as you can see, like sometimes it's never easy because when the player don't start or don't play regularly, it's more difficult for them to perform. When you are able to play games after game, brings you the confidence, and she had a really good performance today. She had an impact for the team, and I think it's really good. So that's sometimes the challenge, like as a high-level athlete, even when you don't start, you always have to be ready. But when you are able to perform game after game, brings you confidence, and you are better and better.
Thank you.
Lovely accent, by the way. Really nice voice. Both of you.
Yeah.
Really nice. Any more? Should we leave it there? Cool. All
Thank
right,
you.
Thanks very much.